Back in 2015, we had a few shows we thought would start the next curve. Shoot-style programming was being emulated on podcasts and WWE Network, and perhaps every story has already been told. We were of the mindset that new formats would need to be introduced to ensure our survival in the crowded market. All 3 new series that we greenlit would have celebrity hosts, and I would step aside. I would keep hosting the timelines, You Shoot, and Breaking Kayfabe. But I wanted to add hosted programming that we thought could take us to a level beyond the shoot interview. In my mind, this was really 2.0. Well, maybe we were 2.0 in 2007, so this was 3.0. When we were shooting Timeline, the History of ECW with Raven, we got to kicking around some ideas during downtime. I pitched him the idea of critiquing a wrestler. Watching an indie guy work and then sitting him down and giving him advice might be amusing. That kind of snowballed into doing a character makeover show. I knew Raven would be great for that kind of show, due in part to his knowledge of the sport and character, but also his verboseness and natural ability to rub people the wrong way. He'd be perfect for this. I went to work partnering with an indie federation so we would have venues, locker rooms, young makeover candidates, and a booker willing to allow Raven to do this on a fairly regular basis. There was lots of talk prior to shooting about what the character makeovers would be, but the one thing we couldn't prearrange was the true litmus test when we sent the new character Raven created out to the ring that night. The fans would basically decide on the success or failure of the makeover. How did the fans sound? Did they accept the character? Cheer them? Laugh at them? Was the desired effect accomplished? Nothing like this reality makeover show had ever been attempted in the shoot interview world. Actually, I didn't think the term shoot interview was even really accurate in describing what we did any longer. The one series that probably still fit the description was You Shoot. Outside of that, Timeline was a historical retrospective. Guest Booker was a profile of the creative minds in the business, and Breaking Kayfabe probed the outside-the-ring lives of the people behind the characters of the sport. Now, we'd added a makeover program with Raven's Restler Rescue in an effort to explore a completely new genre and at the same time start that next innovator's curve. The format of Raven's Restler Rescue saw a young, somewhat directionless talent being given new characters by Raven. They were renamed, outfitted in new garb, and coached on their in-ring behaviors and promos. Then they are sent to the ring for final judgment. We went into production and began putting shows in the can and on the release calendar. The first series to launch was Raven's Restler Rescue in January, and it opened soft, which may have been expected with such a new concept. People sometimes took a while to connect with a new concept. It's a show that's not a familiar format, so word of mouth or curiosity have to intervene to complete what you thought would happen with advertising alone. The people are the people, in the most democratic sense. Don't argue with it. Just run the numbers in QuickBooks and let it tell you what to do. In the case of Raven's Restler Rescue, it wasn't a catastrophic opening, but it told me we didn't have a smash hit here. As optimistic as I tried to stay through the launch, there was a moment about a week before the release that I stepped outside myself and judged the show, which was really quite good from an objective standpoint. There were 2 people out there that could love this show. Fans of shoot interviews that like all of the inside tips and wisdom Raven imparts to the trainee, and fans of makeover-type shows that would think it was cool to see such a drastic repackaging of talent. If they both found the show, they might like it very much, and it might expand viewership to a new segment of the marketplace. I sent a 20-minute clip to a good friend who had been working as post-production supervisor for a huge CBS show in LA. In talking with him, I verbalized my fears that this might be too inside and shooty for the casual fan of makeover shows, and not shooty enough for the traditional shoot interview viewers. I said, I fear this will serve no master. One episode of a new series is not enough to make life or death decisions on a series' fate. You have to give it a chance to catch on, so we were prepared to shoot and release 3 episodes of Raven's Restler Rescue before we had the crucial discussion. We had done 3 editions of Ringside before pulling the plug and 2 of my side of the story. We would give it some time. The problem with that was that we had 2 other new series launching the same year. Bombshells was coming next at the end of May 2016, and Next Evolution was coming in July. Along with this, Raven's Restler Rescue would be releasing its additional episodes throughout this time too. This is a lot of new material in a short span. Why? Why had I invested so heavily in not 1 new series, not 2, but 3 new series in 1 frigging year? If they all opened soft and occupied spaces we could have used for our traditional releases, that could be catastrophic. I was hoping that the soft numbers on Raven's Restler Rescue were to be short-lived. Some reviews were trickling in, and writers were enjoying it, if not wondering a thing or two about some of Raven's decisions during the makeover. But never mind that. They liked him, and we were on our way to the big release of Bombshells. We had the Diva Dirt front page, and we would definitely reach that audience. Bombshells opened even softer than Raven's Restler Rescue. I told Leva and Raven, the hosts of these shows respectively, that it was new and it would likely take some time. I hoped the hell so. I had about 6 slots on the annual release calendar devoted to these 3 new series. Losing all those releases to titles that were weak could destroy us. Those slots could have been filled with U-shoots, timelines, and breaking kayfabes. We needed viewers to give Raven's Restler Rescue a shot and see that tomorrow's shoot interviews were going to look a little different. Well, the lesson here is that you can think, plan, and execute right according to your blueprint and think you have all bases covered. It really just comes down to the cold, almighty dollar. That's how viewers vote. There seems to be no rhyme or reason at times, but there doesn't need to be. We had to learn to stop thinking and just look at the damn numbers. Arguing with data or trying to enchant a spreadsheet is rather ridiculous. The market is always right. 3 new shows, thousands of dollars, lots of time and effort on design, massive advertising, and we came up short right across the board. It was crushing. Don't lose the lesson.
Hey, I'm Raven, professional wrestling superstar. I've been in this sport for 27 years, and I am known as one of the greatest creators of characters, personalities, and giving people advice in order to further their career. I'm going to take a different wrestler each episode, and I'm going to mold them into something bigger, better, and greater than what they were before. I hope it works, but you know what? I think it's going to be damn entertaining to find out. Quote the Raven, nevermore. Hey, I'm Raven, and I'm in New Jersey, and I'm looking for, well, I thought his name was Big Ben Cromwell, but I guess it's Chris. We're gonna look for him, and we're gonna see what we can do with him, because the Big Ben Cromwell thing, I enjoyed it, but apparently nobody else did. It wasn't working for them. The Scranton Strangler, well, looked a little too Repo Man, a little too much like the pervert down the street, likes to flash the ladies. And this is a family-friendly organization, so we're going to see what we can do.
My name is Chris Kuehling. I've been wrestling for 6 years. I've had a variety of different gimmicks, including Big Ben Cromwell, an English distinguished gentleman, and most recently the Scranton Strangler, based on the character of the same name from The Office. I currently wrestle for Pro Wrestling Syndicate, or PWS. I wrestled in high school, but not to the level where I went to college with it or anything else. But
Did you always want to be a professional wrestler?
I did, although it didn't really surface until later on when I was going through college.
Were you a fan of wrestling as a kid?
Yeah, I've been a fan of wrestling since WrestleMania 7. Yeah.
Who was your favorite wrestler?
Back then it was Hulk Hogan, like many other people. Try to take a little bit from a bunch of different people just to keep it different, to make it unique. So I don't want to seem like, oh, he's really like William Regal, or he's really like Kurt Angle. Or
do you use a lot of your amateur moves in the ring now?
Not really, because I'm 6'4", so it's kind of hard. They don't expect to see, oh, let's do amateur wrestling. It's more of show your power, show your strength.
What are your biggest strengths as a professional wrestler?
I think the biggest strength would be working with a certain character, because as I said at the beginning, I've done a number of different ones. I've done the English Gentleman, I've done a Japanese Assassin, I've been the Executioner.
Did they have you talk when you were the Japanese Assassin?
I kind of talked to myself while I was out there, just kind of like spouting out gibberish, like, Ugasagi, Udasa!
Was it over?
It was over to where it needed to be. It was usually anti-America, USA, USA.
Everybody wants to be a gimmick, but it's not about gimmicks. It's about being a personality. It's about being something that plays off of who you are. Like, Raven's an extension of who I am. The Sandman's an extension of who he is. You know, so you have to find what that is to really be successful. Although in some cases, there are exceptions to the rule, like the Big Boss Man. You know, he may have been a security, a prison guard, but it didn't matter because, or the Undertaker. He didn't have to be an Undertaker, and that character he played was just a character, but he made it into his own. So there's always exceptions to the rule,
First time I stepped into a ring was back in February of 2009.
As which character?
This was as training.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Training. How long did you train for before you got
I trained at the ECPW school for 6 months before I had my first match in McAdoo, Pennsylvania in September of 2009.
How did that go?
It went a little bit, it was the first match and it was literally, a bunch of people didn't show up. Do you have your gear? Because I was supposed to debut the next week. I said, no, I'm not supposed to debut till the next week. So I wound up turning my black shirt inside out and wearing my khaki pants and shoes out there for my first match.
Most schools are run by people who were never stars themselves. Now, you don't have to be a star to be able to teach, but generally in this business, if you had talent, enough talent, you were going to get a shot. At the big time. You may not have stayed there long, it may not have been the shot you wanted, but you would have got a shot. So all the schools run by people who never have been anywhere, that's not really the place you want to learn from. You'd be better off, you'd be much better suited to go to Bubba's school or Booker's school or Lance Storm's school. But then there's always the thing of money, because if you move out of state, then you got to pay to live, to get an apartment, and to so many other things, plus the payment of wrestling school, which is the only thing that is, what's the word I'm looking for, has survived inflation, because I paid $3,000 in 1987, and they still charge $3,000.
I think Raven's one of the smartest minds in wrestling. I kind of like put him on the level of a Jake Roberts when it comes to being able to philosophize how a match goes and just how the business works in general.
Are you excited about your opportunity to work with Raven in this character makeover?
Oh, I definitely am.
I'm a great teacher.
Why are you a great teacher?
Because I understand how things work. So I can break it down in no uncertain terms and make it understandable so that when people listen, I can make it stick in their brain. Like there's certain wrestlers who are fantastic, but they couldn't tell you why they're fantastic. I mean, they understand to an extent, but they couldn't tell you, here's why. Like when I do a certain move, here's why I put my hand just this way and do just this motion. But because I'm extremely unathletic, I had to figure all these things out on my own. How to compensate for my lack of athleticism.
what do you think he's going to propose for you? Do you have any ideas in what direction he might have in mind, just based on what he's done in the past?
I'm not really sure at the moment. I mean, it could be pretty much anything from, I mean, I'm not really sure because he's developed a bunch of different guys. Like, he's helped out with a bigger guy like Reese, like in the flock, when I'm a bigger guy. Not that big, but he's also helped with guys like Kidman, who are much smaller than me, and then like medium-sized guys like a Sick Boy or Lodi.
Are you willing to do anything he proposes?
I mean, to a certain extent, because he's much smarter than I am about the wrestling business, and I think he would be able to help me get over to that next level, whereas the gimmick I've been now, it's just been kind of lower card type heel that helps get guys over a little bit.
Well, I was thinking, my first thought was, like, did you ever see Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke?
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking I'd put a pink tutu on him, and then, you know, with the pink leotard top, and then I'd have the Mickey Mouse ears on him, and then grow his beard out a little bit, you know, make him look, you know, like he's been up for 7 days in a row. And then just have him be like a maniac, you know, jumping and stomping like a madman. But I don't know. I don't know where to buy a pink tutu. So I don't know if I want to go with that.
Well, what if we could run and buy something real quick? What should we get him? Like, what do you got in
Well, let's you know what? Let me keep that to myself right now, and I'll display it later. I mean, why give away the surprise now?
I mean, as long as it all made sense with the total direction of it. I mean, if he wants me to wear a pink tutu, but then he wants me to be a muscle, you know, jacked up guy who throws everyone around the ring. I mean, unless it's ironic, but you never know, since there's so many different things you can do in wrestling, and so many things have been done in wrestling that can be twisted a little bit to make it different.
Once you know the basics, you can teach yourself. I mean, that's kind of what I did. You know, I learned the basics at school, and then after a month, I was like, Larry Sharp was like, I taught you all you know, all you can, you know, you need to be in front of a crowd now. So you can, but unfortunately, most people don't treat this as, don't treat this like they would trying to get a college degree. You know, so they're busy just going out there and doing shows, and they're not studying in the off time. They're not, you know, watching tapes, watching themselves, and being extremely critical. I mean, when I hated watching myself because all I saw was faults. Even if I had a great match, all I saw was faults because there was always stuff to nitpick. But then I talked to guys who watched their own stuff back, and they're like, "Oh, it was good, wasn't it?" And I'm like, "What did you watch? What are you seeing that makes you think that it's good?" So obviously, you know, people are not their own worst critics. People are their own best critics because they put themselves over, and you can't be that way. You have to nitpick your own stuff.
What about your weaknesses as a wrestler? What do you think you need to improve?
I mean, I think it could probably be better with some of the smaller things, because I watch my matches back and see the general flow of it looks fine, but it's like the smaller points that could be worked on could be better.
Like what? Give me an example.
You know, doing a certain mannerism at a certain point in the match, like in between when it's the heat and all of that. So
psychology is, which is so important. Psychology and selling are so important. And those are the two major things that have been left in the waste of the lack of territories to wrestle in. And so, unfortunately, people not learning those skills, they are developing piss poor ring work, and it's not WWE style, and so they're trying to get over in the indies, which means you got to do nonstop high spots to keep the crowd or to get the people behind you, because it's not like you have an episodic story to tell to get your character over, you know. So they're resorting to lots of high spots nonstop, which is directly antithesis of WWE style, or at least WWE main event style. So there's so many things in your way. Yeah, I mean, the odds of making it are just astronomical.
I see myself seeing this gimmick get over and then being able to move up a little more on the indie scene, working some more prominent independents for more money, more notoriety, and then eventually see where that takes me. Because really, I never really said, oh, I have to make it to WWE before I'm 30. Because that hasn't happened yet, but.
Time's up.
Exactly. Time's up, but just wanted to see where it would take me, because I know the odds of someone making it in wrestling are slim to none. Right. So whatever opportunities I get, I'm grateful for.
What's problematic is there's a distinct lack of spots, you know, and when the WWE, which is basically all there is anymore, because TNA looks like they're down the tubes, which, you know, since this is a DVD, this may air in, somebody may see this in 5 years and they may have made a great resurrection and be like, what's he talking about? But I'm not betting on it. But so there's a distinct lack of places and opportunities for people. It's like Hollywood. I mean, there are a lot of movies and a lot of television shows, but there's a shit ton of actors, you know, so the odds of making it, you know, even if you make like one movie, then you got to make another movie, you know. So wrestling is a microcosm of that. You know, there's 150 spots, you know, between WWE, Next, and TNA, maybe 200 at the most, you know, and then there's probably 50 indie companies, probably just in the Jersey area, you know, but around the country, around the world, I mean, there's got to be at least 100, 150 indie companies. You know, of course, a lot of guys work on more than one company, but you know, there's probably a couple thousand indie workers, you know, 5,000 indie workers for 150 spots. You know, I mean, I don't know what the exact numbers are, but you know, it's the percentages are not in your favor. Coupled with, all right, builds. You have to have a great build generally, unless you find a way to overcome that, you know, by wearing an outfit that hides that. But WWE is generally looking for guys with great builds. They're also looking for bigger guys. They're also looking for, and even if they're not bigger, taller guys. They've been hiring, I guess, from what I understand, smaller people, but the smaller people never rise past a certain level. So, once again, also there's talent involved, there's character involved, there's promo skill involved. I mean, you have to be so many things to be talented at this sport. You have to be a director, because you got to be able to direct your own stuff. You got to be a stuntman. You got to be an actor. You got to write your own promos, at least on the indie level. And it's a shame that you don't anymore on the national level or the worldwide level, because that's a whole other argument. But there are so many things so many hats you have to wear, and most people do not excel at more than one, let alone 3 or 4. Big Ben Cromwell, the gentlemanly butler-looking feller. I like it. I like it. The only thing I don't that he's is he's wearing the bowler hat like back on his head like a New York guy instead of like a butler, like, you know, we're supposed to be sitting forward. And I like the guy with him with a powdered wig, because anytime you can get a powdered wig involved, that's good hijinks. See, I would use the monocle. I'd have the powdered wig distract the guy, distract the referee. Then I'd get to a really hot light source, and I'd take my opponent to it, put the monocle, and have the flames light up his arms. He's got some good ideas, but like most indie guys that have good ideas, they don't really know how to. They're doing what they saw other people do, so it's like sometimes, and I'm not saying in this case because I haven't seen enough of them, but it's like a lot of indie guys, it looks like they're playing Restler. You know, like I did in my fraternity house, me and my buddies would play Restler, and we'd, you fake, beat each other up. And because you don't really know what you're doing, but you've seen enough of it to, to pretend. And a lot of indie guys look like they're playing Restler.
So he's someone you can work with.
Oh, he's using the powdered wig to choke the guy. Oh, how dare, why did he take the powdered wig off? Just exposed him to be that it wasn't real. Of course I can work with him. I'm gonna go look for Ben, try and just talk to him a little bit, see where his head's at, see what he's thinking, and then I'll tell him what I'm thinking, and then of course my thinking trumps his thinking. Let's go this way. Follow me. Oh, good, he's working out. Big Ben Cromwell. Working out, huh?
Yeah.
I like it. I like the tank top with the dress pants. Good look.
Thank you.
All right. So, as you know, we're going to be trying to do a little makeover here, a little rescue rehab on the character.
Yeah.
Because as much as I was entertained by the Big Ben Cromwell and the Masked Strangler, it's not really working for you.
No.
No, but yeah, I think the Big Ben Cromwell was going to work better, but since they moved on to the Masked Strangler, I think that was a step back. So let's try and make it a step forward. Put your shirt back on. You're done working out for a while. At least I mean today.
Yeah.
You got stuff to go over.
Good.
All right. So I put together some ideas. I think. See, I have to play into your nature, and your nature is, well, come on, let's go this way. Come on, walk this way. Ben's a nice guy. Ben seems like a nice guy. Seems a little socially awkward, but nonetheless, he's seems like a loyal, great guy.
Physically, what'd you think?
He's good sized. I mean, he's got height. Not overly muscular, but not poorly built either. A good sized guy, but in the land, but are you talking in WWE terms or in indie terms? In WWE terms, he would just be, he wouldn't even rate as a body. In the indies, he'd be a good sized guy, but, what's he, 6'3", 6'4"? Yeah, I mean, 6'4" is good height, It depends how you carry it too. I carried my 6 foot like it was 6'2". So I have to use your socially awkwardness, or we have to find a way to overcome it, or Also, there's a bunch of stuff we need to talk about. Like one thing is like I was listening to you earlier to your on cameras, because with the luxury of the space-time connection, I can actually listen to your stuff. Because even though I'm on the same DVD, but things are aired earlier,
right.
or recorded earlier and later.
Right.
Everybody understands that. So,
okay.
But just in case we have some smart fans out there that are going, well, how's he know that? He already in the. Okay. So, you said that you were comparing yourself as a bigger guy, but. Yeah, I have to dissuade you of that notion because you're really not a bigger guy. I mean.
No.
No, not really, because you're 4?
Yeah, 6'4".
What do you weigh?
Right now I'm at like 250.
All right. Yeah, so, I mean, in a WWE, that's like an average guy,
Right,
It's not really, to me, a bigger guy is 6'6" and better, I mean, you're a good-sized guy, but, you're not badly built, you're not unmuscular, but you're not exceptionally muscular. You have good size. I would say you're a good sized guy. If I saw you in the street, but I wouldn't say that's a big guy.
Right.
See the difference?
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all right. So maybe that's what you meant, and it just came out wrong, which is fine. And either way, it doesn't matter because this is a learning thing. So you can make all the mistakes you want because you're learning. Because you're still in a learning phase. I mean, how long have you been doing this?
6 years.
6 years. And how many matches have you averaged a year?
Averaged a year? Probably, had 350 over my career, so...
Oh, you actually counted your matches?
Yeah, I actually keep a record, like, kind of
So you've had 350 matches?
Yeah, about.
So that's pretty good, 60 a year averaging?
Yeah.
Yeah, because 6 times 60 is 360,
Yeah.
so just shy of 60 a year.
Yeah.
And the year's almost over, so if you can get 10 more in,
Yeah.
it would be exactly average out to 60 a year.
Right, yeah.
Even if you did 10 your first year and 100 the next year, but
Right,
but
yeah.
it's still, they evens out,
Yeah.
whatever.
Even that would experience.
Exactly. So, alright, we're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to look at some more footage of your work to actually work on your ring work.
Okay.
But I talked with Eric, who's also the promoter of the promotion we're at. Which promotion is that?
PWS.
And that is?
Pro Wrestling Syndicate.
And that is the greatest promotion on the indie circuit.
Exactly, yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. You gotta always put over your home promotion.
Of course, yeah.
Alright, that's what we're looking for. So, me and Eric talked about it, and I ran some ideas by him, and then he ran some ideas by me. And then, being that it's his promotion, he had to have the final say, which is fine, because my idea would have been ludicrous at best and ridiculous at worst. But and I may still revert back to that at some point. But this is a fair compromise, and so we're gonna make you some sort of doctor type character.
A doctor type character.
Yes, a doctor type, but sort of like to make a bad Patterson pun, Dr.Acula.
Dr.Acula?
Yes, like Dracula. But it's not gonna. We're not gonna call you Doctor. Maybe they are. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna call you that. But we're gonna make you. I want to make you more like. I need you to gel your hair down and slick it back.
Okay, so kind of like...
Slick it back. I mean, I want it slick back tight like Gordon Gecko.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna pale your face out. We're gonna make it much more pale with some powder and stuff. Hopefully, if we have any makeup people.
Okay.
And if we don't, then we won't. We'll get you the mask thingy.
Oh, the surgical mask?
Surgical mask. Yes. I thought about getting you the wacky doctor with the goofy thing, but then that's getting kind of silly, and Eric wants to keep you kind of serious.
Right.
So and if it gets ridiculous on its own, well, that's okay. But start out serious.
Of course.
So and then we're gonna have you also, because no one's part of the reason why I got to go through Eric is because he knows all the characters in his promotion. He knows what he needs. It's like, in a way, it's also how the WWE does it. It's like a casting call. They're looking for certain people, and that's why if you have no gimmick or no personality or no character, they're going to be less inclined to use you. Whereas if they see something, they go, "Oh, we can use that. We're looking for this, and we can use that." And so he was looking for another monster.
Yeah.
And since I'm managing the monsters, this worked out in a fortuitous manner. So we slick the hair back, powder the face paler, put the mask on. We're gonna have you spew blood red mist, like venom, like blood, like you're spewing the blood on your victims.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're not. I don't know if we're gonna fang you or not. I don't think we're gonna fang you.
Okay.
But if we do, we fang you. If we don't, we don't fang you.
Okay.
We need to have you in some sort of doctory attire, but something you can work in. So I want you to show your creativity and figure out something for that.
Okay.
And we're gonna. On the surface, this sounds, but we're gonna make it work through the power of creativity and cleverness. We're gonna take this and we're gonna mold it and shape it, and then we're gonna make it be more than it sounds like on the surface.
Of course. Yeah.
Because on the surface, you could say, see, if you look at the Big Boss Man, oh, he's a prison guard, okay,
Yeah.
or Duke the Dumpster Drozy, he was a trash man. Well, if Duke the Dumpster Drozy had Big Boss Man skill,
Yeah.
the trash man would have gotten over, and the Big Boss Man wouldn't have.
Right.
So it's the person who makes the character, makes the gimmick. The Blue Meanie, when I made the Blue Meanie, he was exactly. I was home one night. I watched the Yellow Submarine, and I saw the blue meanies, and I just had a vision. It was a vision instantly that he needed to be a blue meanie, and that blue meanies would get over, and they got over big. And so we'll see what happens, you know. And when I first postulated the blue meanie to Paul and Todd, they looked at me like I was insane. They told me absolutely not. And I said, you gotta trust me. And they go, absolutely not. And I said, please, just trust me. I'll do it once. If it doesn't get over, which they figured it wouldn't, then I will never bring it up again. And of course it got over like $1 million. Of
course, yeah.
Yeah, because it was awesome. And also the meanie was the perfect guy, because, you know, it's a casting call. He was the perfect guy for the perfect thing. So I think Eric's had this idea for a while, and I think you fit his casting call. So and you were looking for something new anyway.
Yeah.
So I think this kind of works out. I think we're gonna have to make you a little smoother, more gentlemanly, but that's gonna be a little bit of work. At some point tonight, I actually been studying hypnosis.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I've been studying hypnosis. And you see, part of the reason I like this character for you is you kind of have a more monotone voice, kind of droning. And I want you to be somebody who can hypnotize his opponents, because that is fucking awesome. And so you can hypnotize referees, hypnotize opponents, you can talk to the people at home, and you can say, listen to me, you are paying it, you are under my control, people. You will do what I say. And then the droning on and on and on. So eventually tonight, at some point, I'm gonna have to hypnotize you to really put you in the right frame of mind.
Okay.
And so you're gonna watch the little watch. Look at his eyes, look at him go. He's gonna be easy to hypnotize. All right, well, let's take a break right now. Think about it, go find an outfit and that you think will fit the what we're looking for, and we'll meet back.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let me let you in on a little secret. I didn't actually come up with the name Dr.Acula. The promoter did, and I took it as a personal challenge to be able to fill in the blanks. So I kind of led myself into a bit of a hole, but I love digging myself out, and I think this is going to be entertaining. I think this is going to enhance his career at best, and at worst, it's going to be entertaining. I really do. So stick with us, keep watching, and we'll see what Dr.Acula does. He's having a little questions about exactly what we need to put him in, dress him up in. So I want to leave most of it to him, but what you need to definitely get is something, either baby powder or makeup powder, since we don't have a makeup artist, to make your face paler. We need to get you some eyeshadow or a thick eyelining pencil so we can smudge that. But eyeshadow black. Well, we definitely, somebody here has some gel. Whatever you're gonna wear for your outfit. Oh, do we have any red mist?
I'm not sure.
Red food color. We need red food color, and a condom. Ooh, I just gave away the secret. Red food color and a condom. Whatever brand you like.
Okay.
The thinner the better, so it's easier to pop.
Yeah.
The cheaper the better, the easier it is to pop. Obviously, you probably don't want to get Trojans because they're pretty successful.
Store brand, maybe?
I don't know. We're just asking for the worst. Let's look at the prices and find the cheapest one.
Yeah.
That's going to be the worst.
Okay.
And the surgical mask.
Okay.
And don't forget to get your own pocket watch. Here we are. Now things are really cooking. I'm gonna go find Big Ben Cromwell. He's got his outfit, from what I understand. I'm gonna go tell him to put it on. Now let's go find him. Come on. This is me walking. This is me walking slower. This is me walking faster. I have to entertain. There's somebody turning their head around. I'm gonna know that. Big Ben Cromwell. Come on, just kidding. Just kidding, come on. Oh, come on. Let's just like Billy on the street. Come on, come on, come on. I don't want to talk to you. Oh. If you're not familiar with Billy on the street, it won't mean anything. All right, let's see what we got.
Got these vinyl gloves with the face masks. I've got a long...
Did you just sew that right now? That's amazing.
Thank you.
And what else you got?
I also have this black Dr. Scrub top.
Okay. All right, we can go with that. Well, that'll work.
Okay. Also, couldn't find any like...
That's a label, brand label. Can't see it. Got to throw it away. All right, I'll hide the brand. We hide the brand. Okay. We have baby powder. Oh, you bought the cheap stuff. Boo. You gotta buy the Johnson & Johnson. Okay. All right, next time you know.
Okay, got this hair gel.
Oh, that's good. Oh, we can't see the label. Oh, can't see the label. Because then they have to blur it. It's no fun.
Yeah, and I got this food coloring.
Food coloring.
Yeah.
This is some good food coloring.
Yeah. Also got condoms.
Oh, these are cheap looking. Ultra thin, ultra sensitive.
Yeah.
Did you get? Oh, good. There's 3 of them in case I need some for later. Okay. No, I need magnums. These won't work.
Sorry.
Oh well. Actually, I do need magnums. I need to shoot.
I got this.
I use this stuff too.
Oh,
this is a good brand. This is the eyeshadow. It's the brand. No seeing the labels.
Yeah. And last but not least, I got a pocket watch.
Oh, it's a good one too.
Yeah.
Look, this thing will be dear to you. Get it? There's a deer on it. There's a deer on it. There's a big deer.
How'd you find that?
Yeah. I went into the supermarket and somehow it was just there was a pawn shop attached to it. So. The wonderful world of New Jersey.
Okay, so go put your outfit on.
Okay.
Then let me know when you got all that together.
Okay.
And then we'll come in and we'll work on the other stuff.
Okay.
Outstanding. Go. No, leave that. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Just get the outfit on first.
Okay, you got it.
Cool.
So did you get the right stuff, Scott?
Yes, we did. You actually got the right stuff. Up, go, around the camera, oh, behind the camera. What a reality check that was. That's his gimmick, the reality check. Anyway, he got the right stuff. Let's see, are we gonna do a wipe here and then magically he's gonna pop right out instantly with his new outfit on? I've actually come to the conclusion that putting the whole thing on, there's gotta be an order to this because we don't want to get powder all over your outfit. So actually lower the singlet. So basically my last directions were basically shite.
There's a rib on me.
Pretty much. Okay. Oh, you got the latex and powder free. These aren't as good. Well, no, they're not because they don't stand out. They're not as white and they're harder to get on. But put them on anyway.
Yeah. Maybe I can wear like 2 of them, one on top of the other. See if that works.
Yeah, maybe they look creepier because they're clear.
That's what I've been doing with the Strangler because it's kind of hard to get on.
Yeah, well, that's why you got to get that's why you don't get latex and powder free.
Yeah.
You get them just the regular ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, these aren't. Oh, well, we learn. You live and you learn.
Yeah. Exactly.
Plus, these ones, because they're not latex, they don't stay tight down here. They bow out. You want them to stay tight.
Yeah.
But we'll live with that. Put 2 in the other hand.
Yeah. And I didn't know if you guys would be allergic to latex or anything, so I didn't want
Nobody's allergic to latex. That's like people that are allergic to gluten. This fucking work. People are not allergic to gluten because they weren't allergic all their life, and now all of a sudden they are? That's ridiculous. Maybe they are. There could be a gluten allergy. I could just be funny. All right. It's not the look I wanted, but it's the look we'll settle for. No, actually, take them off.
Take them off?
Take them off.
Let's see, I'll probably have to put 2 whole new ones on.
Yep, but that's why we got hundreds of them.
Yeah.
See, also being that they don't have any latex, you can't blow them and like Shecky Green and put them, or Howie Mandel and put them in your head and let them fly off. All right, hold it open.
Hold it open?
All right, now try and get that powder all
in it?
Yeah, all in it.
Shake it.
Yeah, there we go. No, that's good. Let's get your clothes out of the way.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't get on my wrestling gear. My regular clothes, that's fine.
Oh, okay, we'll just dump them on the floor. Okay, well, do you have a towel? Did you bring a towel?
Yeah, in my bag.
Okay, where's your bag?
Okay,
well, shake it off first. because you don't want to get it on there. So get the towel, put it around that, so we don't.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to hang down the underwear. So go get the towel. Go get the towel.
Okay.
Chop chop. Now I see
the powder. Talk to us about the powder.
Oh, the powder? Well, the reason I'm putting the powder in the gloves is to whiten them up so they actually stand out, because the clear ones don't stand out at all. Let's go in the bathroom. Come on.
He's gonna have to pull that shirt over his face, the black one.
But it's better than putting the shirt on afterwards. Here, let me do it. Yeah, we would have been better off getting white makeup, but
Yeah, I couldn't really.
that's all right. This is a short order project, which is part of the joy and pain of the project. Give me your hand. Give me some of that stuff. That was the famous John Hennigan Morris person in our camera frame.
Mundo these days.
Mundo. Let's get a shot of him. Let's get a shot of him. He's a big star. He'll add to the DVD sales.
Kind of a big deal around here. Mundo, Mexico, luchador, hardcore, parkour, luchador, that kind of thing.
What's a parkador?
A parkour?
Yes.
It's you know what the kids are saying these days.
The parkour.
Yeah, parkour, luchador.
I got it. I like
Parkour is pretty cool. I might steal that.
Yes,
I know
you
just-
should.
You just thought that up right now.
Yeah, I
It's like
did.
a mistake.
Yes. No, it wasn't a mistake.
Parkour,
It was
Johnny Mundo.
it was an attempted comical.
It was a
interaction.
hybrid of a word thing.
Yes. It was yes.
Do you think parkour sounds like badass or like a parakeet?
I'm a luchador, parkour. You need a third thing. It has to have a third thing to it.
Hardcore.
I'm a hardcore luchador, parkour. No, I'm a
Hardcore, parkour, luchador.
No, I'm a parkour, luchador, but I'm hardcore. It needs a little work.
It's there though. The
It's
pieces
there.
are
The pieces are there. You just got to be put them
It's
together.
gonna be a pretty sweet puzzle when it's put together. Yeah, exactly. See, balls Mahoney, ladies and gentlemen.
Balls mahogany. I invented balls.
You did?
I invented balls as urinating, folks.
You invented
Well,
the urinating?
Balls mahogany is nice.
I invented this character. He was actually the creation was we named
I
him
hate you for this.
we named him Balls Mahoney because I wanted him to be like the Black Widow spiders in Any Which Way But Loose, like a gay biker
If
dude.
you had told me that, I would have done it right. You didn't
Balls
say
Mahoney
that.
like a Black Widow spider?
Hold on.
Like
You-
every
hold
time
on.
he bangs
Whoa.
the girl,
Time out.
he
If
kills
you
the
want
girl?
to be, are we not bad mothers? We are bad mothers. If I knew that's what you wanted me to do, I love that movie. I can recite that for you now.
We told you that.
No, you didn't. You said I want you to be a gay biker.
Oh, well, we discussed it. We didn't just.
No, you didn't. You
No, I'm
never-
saying we may not have. We
You
may
and Paulie may have discussed it, but not with me.
have, some things.
Hold on a second.
Let's go back 30 years.
Who stopped the mud hole in your ass? Philo Betto. Oh God, my brownies are burning. Why me, Lord? Why? Some men you made out of
And you know,
clay.
and I wondered.
Mine you made out of shit.
And I wondered why is he not doing it the way we want him
Because you
to?
didn't tell me.
Hold on, I want to point this out. He just
And
stopped
then-
urinating midstream
That is
and just went
impressive.
straight back. I don't have that type of control. You didn't start?
I've been throwing up.
Oh, he's throwing up.
No, I've been throwing
You
up.
throw up out of
In
your
the urinal?
penis?
If I throw up out of my penis, I'd be a Guinness, brother.
The beer?
But throwing up in the urinal is
You have a Guinness?
It's unsanitary.
Maybe it'll help me stop puking.
Why are you puking?
I ate a bad fucking piece of salmon last night.
That's what she
Are you
said.
talking about fish, or is that a metaphor for something
No,
else?
I'm not. No, I puked around the side
it's
of the
actual
road.
salmon.
Are you sure that's not a euphemism?
That's what I was thinking. It's a
You
euphemism.
want to
right?
watch
It's a
me
metaphor.
puke now? Because it's going to come out again.
The camera wants to watch you puke.
That would be good on
He's
camera.
gonna
That would make
puke.
the DVD.
He's gonna puke.
Oh wait, here's my next specimen. Wait, come on in, Jaguar. If
All right. I'm getting out of
Jaguar.
the bathroom.
I
You
guess
seriously?
Ah, chainsaw.
Get under there. Or get over
Filming,
there.
you fag.
Yeah, get in there. If you don't get into that fucking stall and film him, you're a fag. You heard him.
Yeah, and everybody at home is too. Yes.
Sure, this is what people want to do.
That's what the people want to hear.
Get that on camera.
That's what they want to see. They want to see a man vomit.
Are you filming or no?
Alright.
You're missing it.
That's as good as we're gonna get.
You don't have to. It's all over the floor, too.
That's as good as we're gonna get.
Get some of that.
Shit!
Alright. So, now we gotta get the eyeshadow. Yeah, you can leave that dirty. It doesn't matter. That's it. You can be on camera. You don't have to walk around.
Alright.
It's one of those crazy DVDs.
Fuck, man! What's that?
Balls after puking. Go.
I'm serious. This is fucking funny.
All right, we need the, go get the eyeshadow. What are you doing? Chop chop. Get the eyeshadow.
Get the eyeshadow.
Eyeshadow. This is turning out to be the best DVD ever. We're good for that. That was quick.
So what is this DVD? Is this just filing Raven around?
Yes. It's sort of like, what I do is, we're starting a series and I'm making over indie wrestlers to try and get them from a character to a better level. Yeah, to a better character, to a higher level on the indie
You're doing
card.
what you did.
Yeah, basically. Hang on.
Except this time you're actually making money off of it. Instead of just coming up with shit because you wanted to be creative and they let you be.
Yeah, well, but you know what though? But I enjoyed it though. Like, you know, when I was doing it, I was also doing it to enhance my career as well. You know, like with the meaning and stuff. And
Well, it's not that, dude. Honestly, guys, seriously, this is probably the guy with the greatest mind for this business that wasn't recognized for it. Fuck.
Thank you.
Well, seriously, when you were Scotty
thank you.
Flamingo, you know, he was he was a wrestler, then a manager, and then all of a sudden he's doing commentary, this and that, because he already was put on the booking committee and the writers committee, but they didn't take him seriously because he was a worker. And because he still wanted to work and he wanted to do this, and up there you have to be political, and it's all bullshit stuff.
Yeah, I'm not very political.
You think I am? And I lasted 3 years. Look at him. How the fuck did I last longer than anybody
because
else?
you were from the South Pole.
That's right, because I was from the South
You
Pole.
were Santa Claus.
Hey,
What
get back here.
Oh,
Get back
nice
here. Back on
ramp.
me. Back on me
Nice
real quick.
jacket.
Hey, Santa Claus is the only undefeated wrestler in WWE history.
That's awesome.
3-0, bitch.
3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
And I've done 2 matches since then. You know what?
That's
I'm 5-0 now, baby.
That's Dr.Acula. We're not done with him yet. Let me see
Hey,
the back of your jacket. That's awesome, man. Wow.
You knew who
I'm really impressed.
You know who did the first
Wait,
tap
hang on. Let me put these guys over.
Oh, yeah.
And then we can get them out of the shot.
Heavenly Bodies endorsed by
Actually, I gotta read
that?
I've been throwing up like a dirty punish. I'll be back.
Oh, they were their outfits?
No, it used to be we got them made to
Just like be like theirs. Yeah, but the fact that you're spending money to make your look, that is what makes wrestling. That's what makes guys go from one level to another. Because most guys don't want to spend the time or the money to do that. Wait, I'm getting texted. That's all right though. All right, out of the shot. We're done with you. We're done with you. All right, let's get some eyeshadow on you. All right, close your eyes, but don't tighten them. Don't close them tight. Just close them loosely. We may have to borrow some white from Sparkles. Although I kind of am starting to dig this. Keep them closed.
All right.
I'll tell you when to open them.
Just a twitch.
You're making a penis on his face.
All right, open it. See if it's in your. All right. Now I have to know. I can see where I need to work on it. Okay, close it. Hang on. Falafel, my boy Falafel.
How you doing, brother?
The Filipino Somalian. All right, open it. I like it. Very spooky looking. All right, let's get the other one, Dr.Acula. Stand up straight. Not you, the reality check. Sorry. Yeah, I shouldn't have snapped at you because you didn't know I wasn't talking to you. You got your eyes closed.
It's okay.
But always stand up straight. You stand up pretty good straight anyway. You have good posture.
Thank you.
All right, open your eye. All right, close this side. I nailed the right one perfectly right off the get-go.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm digging it. Close. All right, open. Yeah, I'm digging that. All right. The do I want to put it on the lips? No. We'll let that get red with blood, with the red stuff,
Yeah.
with the food coloring.
Food coloring and water, I was told.
All right. Yeah. All right, we're gonna have to get some more gel in there.
Okay.
Hang on, let me get some of this. A little bit of powder got in there. Smooth this down. Turn towards me so I can see.
I haven't used gel since I was in high school.
It's alright. You have a cowlick sticking up here. It's alright. We'll deal with that later.
I know, that's why I stopped using it.
It's alright. Alright, so, hold on, I can't. It's either gotta go forward like Hitler-esque, or it's gotta go.
It naturally goes to the side. Like
No, I know. I can see the curve. Alright, that's good for now. I may have to give you a Hitler mustache with the
eyeshadow?
No, yeah, with the eyeshadow. Let me see if we do. Maybe. Let me think about it. Let's get to the what's next? The food coloring, and then I'll get this stuff off here. Get the shirt on.
Excellent.
Oh, get the mask on. Oh no, we gotta get the food coloring.
Yeah.
All right.
All together? You got a stopwatch, Justin?
I've never sprayed mist.
I was told to mix it together.
Of all the stuff I've done in this business, I have never sprayed mist.
I was told to mix it together with water, so it's...
You didn't get lubricated condoms, I hope.
Maybe.
Oh well, it'll taste funky.
It's food coloring and water. It's gonna taste funky enough, I think.
No, you're not gonna taste that. It's gonna be in the condom. With receptacle end. Anybody who buys a condom without a receptacle end is a dum-dum.
All 5 of us are going to be together. Yeah, and then I'll tell you something.
Okay, now, but first, this is something I always tell people. Because you don't want to have a tragedy out in the ring where you go to spray the mist, but you can't bite the condom, and because you haven't practiced it. I always believe in practice. If you're trying something new, either practice it, or if you want to be ballsy like me and go for it out there. No, not yet. We're not up to that point.
Right.
Now, if you want to be ballsy and just try it out there like I do, have a backup plan. I always have backup plans, and if it's really important, I have a backup plan to a backup plan. So, first of all, let's put some water in there. Let's see if you can bite the fucking condom.
Okay.
I don't know how much to put in here. That's a lot. All right, bite it, but don't get it on me.
Oh, just bite it?
In your mouth. No, in your mouth. Put it in your mouth, all the way in. Now bite it because you're gonna have to bite it to open it. So turn it the other way in case it sprays out. Can you bite it? All right, bring it back out. I may not have tied it. Yeah, I didn't tie it tight enough, I guess, like a bubble. There's too much space in it, I guess. Still feeling like there's too much. Hold that, I gotta get it tight.
Sure.
Squeeze it down. Hope it doesn't squeeze it down.
Like this?
Yeah, but show it to the camera. Squeeze it down. Hopefully it won't spray unless it does. All right, that's good.
Okay.
All right, put it in your mouth and pop that bad boy. We may have to get help on this. All right, spit it out. All right, why is this not popping?
It's a testament to that brand.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher than I thought. Hey, we need help here. We need you to get me somebody. Who would know? Yeah, who would know about the mist? What's that?
Can you just keep the food coloring in his mouth until he blows?
Yeah, but I guess you're not working very long.
No.
All right, well, we'll do it that way. All right, so yeah, good idea. I like the. He's gonna have to get used to it. So, but since he isn't working very long, how long is the match?
I think it's just a run-in.
Oh, okay. So that's So okay. And let's see what's next. I like the baby powder, believe it or not. I really do. But the hair is not coming out quite the way I wanted it. It's got to be flat.
Yeah.
It's got to be flat. Let me see. I'll take care of it. greasy too. It takes forever to get out. All right, turn towards me. Don't touch it.
Okay.
Do not touch it.
Okay. Won't touch it.
I knew this was going to come in handy today. All right. Yeah, it's just there. Let me see. A little more. You don't have to close your eyes.
I don't know why I'm doing this.
Yeah, I know. It's natural reaction.
Yeah.
That's perfect. All right.
I think people will get it as a Hitler mustache.
What else would it be? A Michael Jordan mustache?
Oh, I don't know.
But I don't want it to be obvious. I want if people are paying attention, they'll catch it. If not, then it doesn't matter. I'm not a big fan of Hitler.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, would it be obvious?
First impressions are everything. In real life, I like to make a bad first impression because then I have nowhere to go but up. But seriously, no, first impressions are everything because they're going to get their idea of what's going on. And if they don't like it, I'll give you an example. The Grindr TV show. I just started watching that, and I watched the first episode, and Fred Savage was just, it's such a great show. But in the first episode, Fred Savage plays the brother of Rob Lowe, who's an actor, and he comes back to the small town where they live, and Fred Savage is a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. And everybody wants to put over Rob Lowe, and Rob Lowe is just an egotistical, conceited bastard. And everything he says is so over the top, and Fred Savage cringes at everything. And I've had my full of cringe, cringe TV. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna watch it again. So, but then I was like, well, I'll give it one more shot. And then in the next episode, it took the cringe thing down 50%, and I'm like, and then it just kept getting better and better. So I'm glad I stuck around. But the first impression, I nearly turned off one of my new favorite shows. It's like the first time I saw Larry Sanders' show, which I love. Must have saw the worst episode ever because I was like, this isn't so good, and I turned it off. I didn't watch it again for 10 years. And then I finally was bored one night and probably in a hotel, and I said, and there was the only thing on, and so I watched it. I'm like, this is great. I didn't think there was much left. I was squeezing it in there. I thought it was all out.
Oh. Whole bottle.
It's all right. That's your bloody hand.
There you go. Sell the business.
Absolutely. Yeah, get that on the back of your fingers. Let me see the nails. Yes, get the thumb too. Perfect. All right. So, you don't have to hide your laughter. It's funny. It's funny.
Trying to keep the camera still.
But it's much better if we're laughing and if you guys are legitimately laughing. It's funnier. It's always better to have a crowd. Okay, so now let's get some powder in there. Is that dry?
No, not yet.
All right, well, you just dry it. Don't, I'll do it. Okay. I don't want you to get the other hand ruined. All right.
Yeah, but that's okay. It'll dry.
Yeah, it'll dry from the powder.
Yeah.
All right, turn your hand over first. Let me dry your hand. It might stick better on there. Okay, now play it over, mess it up. Yeah, there you go. Get into it. Like you're masturbating. All right, there you go, stop. Other over. Don't you, why are you shaking it off?
I didn't mean to, I was just trying to shake it around.
I'll do it.
Sorry about that, it's hard to
It's all right.
do that with the back of the hand.
All right, well, just let it sit there for a minute. Actually, you know what? Just I'm gonna put the glove over it. There's the thumb side. Actually, I gotta get someone a thumb. This is like a high school chemistry set. No, you stop turning it over.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yes, you did.
Not on purpose.
Yes, you did. Why you wouldn't have turned it over then? All right, let's see. Hold your hand. We kind of lost the, all right, hang on. I feel like I'm fingerprinting them. All right. Hey, no whispering. All right, so. Thumb. All right, there we go. Okay. So, now, you gotta put the shirt on and the mask.
And the singlet straps up too.
Oh, the singlet straps. All right, hang on. I'll help you with that.
Thank you.
Okay. Hold your hands like that. All right, arm in. All right. Let's get this one. Time for you may need to take a shower. You're a little right. Oh well. Dr.Acula is in the house, baby. Okay, get it up. We have to worry about your face, so get your hands in there first. All right, now hold on, wait. Keep your face back. Stop. Put your arms, shoulders down. Hang on. There we go.
Maybe my towel would help.
Spit. Oh. This is what's so cool about wrestling, when the lines blur between fiction and reality. Now, I'm going to do something that is definitely fictional, but it's within the context of creating the character. So, it's going to be like, it's going to be for the show, the actual show, but we're going to have it on this DVD because it's a part of the transformation. But it's not actually him being hypnotized, but maybe he is. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I am. I'm not. But my point being is, this is what's cool, because wrestling has the ability to blur the lines, because you never really know. People used to think that I really had when I used to say I had to wear a loaded boot because I had an inch of bone missing from my foot, and my height was off. Well, it's actually true, but not true. I have an inch of bone missing, but it's horizontally, not vertically. So, who knows? You know, so we'll see what happens. I think the footage is going to be good. I think the kid's going to take direction good, which is also important in building a character. And I think he's going to be the guy that looks like he should be hypnotized. All right. I like the pocket watch you got. Pretty cool pocket watch. You know, I was thinking is, I like the on it too. What do you think? You like it?
I like it.
You like the way it looks?
I do like the way it looks.
You like the rhythm?
I do. Soothing.
Sit down. Follow the watch. You're getting sleepy. Your eyes are getting heavy. Your shoulders are getting heavy. Your back is getting heavy. Your chest is starting to slump. Your whole body is getting tired. You're becoming asleep. You are asleep. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and at that time, you will be in the deepest, drowsiest sleep you've ever been in. And when you awake, after I count to 3 and snap my fingers, you will be so refreshed
and energetic, you won't know what hit you. 10, you're getting sleepy. 9, you're getting sleepier. 8, you're falling into a deep sleep. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, I want you to listen to me. I'm placing a post-hypnotic suggestion in your head. When you go out there, you will no longer be Big Ben Cromwell. You will be Dr.Acula. You will believe that you are Dr.Acula. You will know in every fiber of your being that you are Dr.Acula. Whenever you come back from the ring, I will snap my fingers again. You will awake and remember nothing about the match other than it was amazing. You will have no questions about it. You will have no interest in watching it back on tape. You will just know. You will know that this was an amazing match. Now, I want you to think for a second. Dr.Acula has the ability to hypnotize his opponents. That's why you have the pocket watch. Now, normally, I would have to train you for months and months to be able to have that skill. But you know somehow, some way, that you have those skills already. And when you get out there, the first person you find, I want you to take out your pocket watch. I want you to dangle it and let it rock back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for 5, 6 seconds, maybe 8, just long enough so that you know that you have hypnotized them. Now I know you think that 8 seconds isn't enough, but it is, because you're Dr.Acula. That's why you can hypnotize somebody so fast. 8 seconds, Dr.Acula. Now, when you do, I want you to pull down your mask, and I want you to spray the red mist, and then I want you to hit your finish on your desecrated body of your opponent, because it will be desecrated by the blood you spit at him. Now, whenever I say the words, humba-lumba-lumba-la, humba-lumba-lumba-la, that will put you back into a post-hypnotic trance, and you will be under my spell again. Humba-lumba-la, humba-lumba-la. Let that sink into your brain. Whenever I say those words around you, your eyes will close instantly, and you will be in deep sleep again. Now though, we're gonna wake you up. You're gonna feel energetic. You're gonna feel refreshed. You're gonna be ready to run in and do what monsters do, and that's hurt people. When you go to the ring, you are Dr.Acula, but not before. You don't become Dr.Acula until you walk through the curtain. But then instantly, a transformation. You're Dr.Acula. Dr.Acula. Do you hear me? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Can you do it?
Yes.
With more authority, say yes.
Yes.
More authority.
Yes.
More authority.
Yes.
Okay. You are ready. I'm going to come bring you out of the trance now. In 3, you're starting to feel a little awakening now. 2, you're starting to feel more alive. 1, your eyes are starting to open, and all right, so yeah, I really think this watch is cool and it's gonna work. Bring it with you to the ring. If you feel like using it, use it, you know, for a showpiece, whatever, if something comes up. If not, but you have it with you. You got it with you. I like the fact you got the little clip so it'll stay in your pocket. But now you got to go get ready and go to the bathroom, get all the white dust off you, all the spots. You got some sprinkles on your balls. Well, no longer. Now I have ball sprinkles on my fingers. Go clean up your shirt.
Go get ready, man. I went perfect. Back to his regular self. Absolutely perfect. Big Ben Cromwell, you did perfectly. Still a little stiff with the crossed arms. A lot stiff. Oh, we have to go this way. We're talking while we're moving. Moving and talking. Well, I think that went well. I think the segment went well. I think the people bought it. I think here's the problem, and this is nothing against the. Unfortunately, your work. Now, let's come down here. Let's get down here. Skill level, time in the business is such an important thing, and you've only been working such a short time. So, you're still not smooth, like, you don't look comfortable out there yet. So, like, even crossing your arms, you didn't look like, you look like it was forced, you know what I mean? Right. Also, I had you turn to each side, but I should have had you, I guess I can't, because I should have just had you do it. Because here's the thing is, you have to be able to feel the crowd. And they were up when you threw the mist. Yeah. And what should have happened after you did the mist, when the guy didn't feed back into you don't go back to this. Okay. You go get him, and you hit the thing while the crowd's up. Of course, you gotta listen to the crowd. But, you know, what it is you were trying to follow, so I'll take the heat for it. You were trying to follow my direct orders, but when things fall apart, that's why you choreograph everything and things fall apart, but you're not at a level where you can ad lib around them. Okay. That's when things get bad.
I understand.
Yeah, so unfortunately, they were so up for the red mist. Yeah. And we did this. You look stiff doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. You didn't feel comfortable, but that's okay. I mean, look, it's the first time we tried this thing out.
I think it'll definitely be better once I get used to it and comfortable doing it.
Yeah. You should have grabbed the guy. Okay. And right away grabbed him and hit the thing. Okay. I thought he was going to feed you in right away, so that's why I had you go boom, 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 boom. I shouldn't have had you turn to every side. I should have just had you hit it. It would have got over way more. It got over. It got over. Look, you know, we took. If I would have had more time to study your work and to really come up with something on my own, with all my own tools at disposal, of being my only tool, my brain, which was I used as strong as I used as much as a bit as I could, but it's hard when which is all my fault, when I'm only given so much time to follow it.
Of course, yeah.
I think you did it as well as you were going to do with it.
Okay.
But you have to, you're going to need to, it's just going to take more matches.
Yeah.
You're just going to have more time. You're going to have to look more loose. I mean, you're kind of stiff as a human being anyway. And that's what I wish I would have, if I would have had time ahead of time to work on this, I would have come up with something that plays into that.
Right, I understand, yeah.
So what I had to do was figure out a way to take you and make you into Dr.Acula. And I think I did as well as I could be done. I think you did as well as you could do. Consider with your skill level, you did the best you could do with it, which is great. I think you tried 100% and you gave 100%, and that's all I'll ever ask of anybody.
Thank you.
I just think that what was asked of you was more than you were ready for, and I think I allowed myself to be put in a position where I wasn't given enough information prior to be able to put together the pieces to make you look better, and I feel bad for that, like I let you down, but that's the nature of the beast. I'm still iffy on the Hitler mustache.
Yeah. I heard some laughter in the audience from, I'm assuming it's probably from the Hitler mustache.
No, I think it was from the clumsy crossing the arms. I don't think the Hitler mustache either got over or didn't get over. I don't think anybody really cared other than I kind of maybe thought maybe better against it. And I also thought that the red would get, when you sprayed, I just thought that it would burst out and then some of it would,
get up there.
Yeah, would get up there, and so they really weren't going to see it.
Yeah.
Which I guess, whatever. I think the powder ended up working well because it makes it look like your skin's all broken and crappy, which is cool. So I think the powder worked great. I think the eyeliner worked great. I think the outfit worked fine. I think the pocket watch, I think it just, I'm not, and the gel down hair looked much better for you. It's a much better look for you.
Thank you.
I'm not sure. I think we'll run it. I think Eric will have us run its course with it, and then we'll see what's what. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just, I wish I could have. I don't know. I just feel bad. I wish I could have given you more, something that would play to your strengths more, than having to put you into a mold that you didn't fit. But the mold was already preset, and so I had to stick you into it. And so I feel like I had to cram you in there. But like I said, I think it got over. I think it did. I think the people were with it. I think we had them. We started to lose them. You hit them with the finish. You got them back some. They hit my music. They came back again. We had them with the promo. And then, of course, since we're heels, that's part of the reason why I wanted to leave it on a heelish note because they like us too much, and and I don't want us to be. I don't think we're supposed to be turning anytime soon. So I wanted to make sure that I left on as heelish a note as I could. But it's hard to be a heel when people like you that much. So that's why I said, well, do you want to see this, this, and this? And then I said, well, how do you feel to one? And then we walked out on it. So that was the thought process behind that.
I understood that when you were saying it.
I think that the finish, your move, needs to look more impactful. Because, when you have them up, how do you have them?
I usually have them up on the shoulders and have them like this.
Right, and then where do you put them again?
Usually just up and then it's a back.
Yeah, see, you just kind of lob them down. You have to come down with authority or get. Yes. Even if he's not moving any faster, by you moving with him, it gives the illusion of it. So by not doing that, it's kind of like you just lobbed them off there, and it's like it looks, it looks
phony.
Well, no, not phony because it isn't phony because obviously it did. It just looks less painful. It doesn't look, and it doesn't look dynamic. That's the word I'm looking for. It doesn't look dynamic. Because you have to do things even when you're moving, even when you're beat up and you're moving slow,
you still have to do everything crisp.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what makes this, that's an example of what makes this tricky is, how do I make something look really crisp, except I'm supposed to be beat up?
Yeah.
And so you have to be able to have both dynamics in at the same time and together. So, I'm gonna have to think about it some more, and I still feel like I'm Mayan, you know, in the Mayan temples where they reach in and grab the heart and pull it out and hold it up. But you know, I told Eric a long time ago I wanted to use the hypnosis thing, like Henry Winkler in The One and Only. If you ever Henry Winkler in The One and Only, before he became the Gorgeous George character, he was he played a German psychologist, and he hypnotized his opponents, and the people in the audience were screaming, "He's using hypnosis!" Ah! And they're screaming at the ref, and it was big heat. Of course, that was in the 50s. Yeah, it's not going to happen now, but with this audience, they didn't shit on it, which I'm so happy with, because that could have been the biggest problem of all, is them shitting on the hypnosis part. But they didn't. It's just, you're going to have to get looser and goosier, and, you know, it's like some guy, there's 3 types of selling. There's people who sell like it should, like it look like they're hurt. There's people who sell like robots. And then there's people who sell like they're drunk. You know, and usually 80% of the business sell like they're robots or drunk. You sell like you're a robot. So by putting those words in your head, hopefully that gives you an idea how to correct it.
Right, just be like looser and not so stiff.
Right, but you have to, watch footage, watch Barry Windham, watch, who else? Who else? This has only tip my tongue. Well, Barry Windham's one, Ricky Morton's one, you know, Lawler. You have to think about it. If you got hurt, if somebody kicked you in the gut, how would you sell it? If somebody kicked you as hard as shit for real, how would you sell it? Is that really how you would sell it? Is that what your face would do?
Not my face. Something like that.
You look like you have constipation. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying. But no, you have to be able to do it like this. So if I kick you as hard as I can make it easy. I can kick you as hard as I can and see what happens. But I don't want to do that. But if I kicked you as hard as I can, how would you sell it? Okay, better, but you're still...
Like hunched over?
No, you're not hunched over, you're stuck. You're stuck. Your legs are stuck there. They're not, see how one leg goes one way, one goes the other? It doesn't just,
Kind of like how
you know what I mean? The facial is better. So, that's what you have to work on. That's your homework. Practice looking in the mirror, selling. Have somebody get with somebody, and while you're in the ring, and then lay on the ground in the ring, and then try and take as long as you can to stand up. And you're gonna feel really self-conscious. You're gonna feel like an idiot because you're either gonna stand up right away, or you're gonna feel like I feel stupid. But if you know how to sell, you can lay on the ground and take 3 minutes to stand up and not feel stupid. And have the guy, when you start to get up, you know, close to getting up halfway, whatever, have him knock you back down. So at least that way you have somebody so you feel like you're having like in a match, and have him punch you or kick you and knock you back down, and then start to try and climb back up. And hopefully that will begin to work the kinks out and loosen you up.
And that'll loosen me up by selling, loosen me up for on offense too.
Well, I mean, your offense, the little bit I've seen of it, doesn't, I saw you do some chain wrestling a little bit, you know what I mean? That was fine, you know, so, but you just have to think, for your offense, you have to think impact and dynamic, you know, dynamism, so that, you know, instead of just lobbing them off you, you know what I mean? So you just, you know, there's no, if you don't care, why should anybody else care? You know what I mean? Even if your character, I know we have your character being a little stoic, but even if you're stoic, he still has to have a bit of rage inside him. You know, he still has to try and, you know, the whole idea is you want to hurt the guy, you know, because you're doing a run-in. You know, you're not even trying to win, you're just trying to hurt the guy, so there has to be a little bit of
emotion.
Yeah, and it's got to show through your body, because they can't feel it, and they can't hear it. I mean, they can't feel it, they can only see it, and they can hear it. So, all right, man. I think our experiment, I would say, overall, I'm going to give this a C+. But that's based on me. That's not based on, I think on effort, you get an A+. 100% effort, an A+. I think on execution, you get a C. And I think I give myself a D- because I should have found a way to, or I should have at least been able to argue my point that I can't put somebody who I don't think belongs in that in this character into that character.
Right. Yeah.
So I give me a D-. So those are the grades. Those are the grades, folks. We're gonna be back with more of these DVDs. We're gonna hope they do better. Okay, here's a great example. Being stiff. All right. So we were just talking. And now it's like I finished with you, obviously, and now I'm closing out the DVD. But instead of kind of being like, okay, I'm out of this shot and backing off, you're just kind of standing there like stiff. But not only just standing there, but you're really stiff standing there like, okay, should I go? Should I stay? I mean, that's what's going through your brain, right?
Well, I didn't know if I was supposed to be in the shot still.
Right. But I'm saying, but you just kind of, but you just.
I didn't really think about it.
I know, but I'm saying, but you have to think about those things.
Yeah.
And also, you were standing there like a robot. You know what I mean? You weren't. It wasn't a comfortable looking position.
Right.
It looked like you were constipated, sort of. Too. You know, I mean, exaggerated. I'm saying.
Of course. Yeah.
But that's also goes with you being slightly socially awkward, which I understand. So this is going to help you in real life too. That's the cool thing. You know, I think this will also help you in real life because. Look, I got so much baggage, so I feel like I'm somebody who can address somebody else's issues because I'm more than willing to share mine. You know, I got some serious mental problems, and that's why I spend so much time on the psychologist's couch. All right? I'm not saying that's for you at all. I'm just saying that you're a little socially awkward, and it comes out in your stiffness, which makes you stiffer, and the more awkward you feel, the more stiff you are, and then that's going to, and because you carry yourself around that way in real life, that's how you're going to be in the ring because but if you can change it at least in the ring, that's going to help you change it in real life. Or if you can change it in real life, it'll help you change it in the ring as well. They work hand in hand. But so loosen up in real life. You know what I mean? You know, nobody stands tight like this. Like it's almost like you're flexing in position. Yeah. Loosen up. There you go. There you go. I kind of went whole hog with this because you have to see what somebody's made of. You know, when I was in Portland, I got there, I was Scotty the Body, and Piper goes, all right, I'm going to hire you. I just got fired from Florida Championship Wrestling, basically got fired from Al Tomko's Vancouver promotion, and there weren't very many places left to wrestle. Other than the major companies, and I wasn't ready for that yet. And nobody was going to hire me for me, even if I was. So I went down to Portland Wrestling, and Piper goes, all right, we're going to give you 3 weeks to get over, and Scotty the Body, you know what? I'm going to have you pick your nose on camera, and so the people will call you Snotty the Body. And the first thing I think is, I don't want to pick my nose on camera. Who the hell wants to pick their nose on camera? My alarm, that's what it was. Who the hell wants to pick their nose on camera? It is embarrassing, it is humiliating, and I had nowhere else to go. It's like Bill Murray in Stripes. I got nowhere else to go. So what I did was, I said, fine. I acted like I didn't think twice, but I really thought twice, but I was like, you know what? Screw it. Fuck it. I'm going to do it because I want a job, I want to stay in this business, and I went out there, the camera came on, and I shoved my finger up to the second digit practically, and then People instantly started calling me Snotty the Body, and the rapport I had with those fans, well, yeah, even though I was a heel, but the rapport I had with them booing me and chanting that at me made me instantly, Piper was so on the money, but it made me instantly. And then of course the next week he goes, well, we lost the footage, so you're gonna have to do it again. I was like, oh! And I had to do it a second week. But you know what? Eventually, I decided, you know what, I can make money with this. And what I did was I took 8x10s with a picture of me with my finger in my nose. And so then I'd have the baby face come out with the picture to humiliate me, and I'd get on a mic and say, anybody buys that picture, I'm gonna leave and never come back. People bought the picture, I sold tons of them, or they would just buy them of their own accord because they wanted to humiliate me and show it in my face, and I made a shit ton of money. So, it paid off in so many ways, and Portland wrestling was where I learned how to wrestle, I learned how to work, I became who I was gonna be, and it led me to becoming Raven. It was the first big major stop on the way, and I would be nowhere without that run. And I would have been nowhere, I wouldn't even have had that run, and I don't know what the hell would have happened to my career if I wouldn't have picked my nose. So, when you find somebody else who is that willing, that hungry, that desirous, that they're willing to do pretty much anything short of, you know, sodomy, that's the kind of guy you look for. And that's the kind of guy you want, and that's the kind of guy that you will try and give a gimmick to over and over until you find the right one, because you know he's gonna be thankful. He's not gonna be a guy who's like, oh great, whatever. He's gonna be thankful because he knows that you helped him with something, and you're gonna know that you're gonna know that, what's the word I'm looking for? That it was welcome, that it was appreciated. Why couldn't I think of the word? Appreciated. You will know that you have been appreciated, and that is a great feeling. This is Raven for Raven's Wrestler Rescue. So for there is no, but for Big Ben Cromwell, I'm Raven, and quote the Raven, nevermore.